Vietnam is world renowned for their delectable cuisine, pristine coastlines, and of course their beautiful women. But trying to decide which city to live in can be tough. With a population of 90 plus million people and growing, and the country achieving a positive GDP growth of 2.9% in 2020, despite suffering the negative economic effects of the pandemic that has left many countries around the world in ruin. Many cities in Vietnam are developing rapidly and are shadows of its former self. As a foreigner touching down here in Vietnam, it's hard not to feel like a kid in a candy store with so many options on where to stay in Vietnam. But knowing where to stay is key. Pick the right city to stay at and you'll feel like you're in paradise. But pick the wrong place and you'll wish you've never touched down here in Vietnam at all. On today's video, I'll go over the best cities to meet Vietnamese girls here in Vietnam so that you don't end up in the boonies away from civilization and trying to book the next flight out of here. Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon. Ho Chi Minh City is a giant behemoth of a city, boasting a population of over 8 million people and counting. Ho Chi Minh City is known as the financial hub of Vietnam and is a major port of foreign investment. In fact, in the last few decades, money has been pouring into the city non-stop, mainly from other Asian countries including China, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Thailand. What this means is that out of all the cities in Vietnam, you can expect to find the highest concentration of beautiful Vietnamese girls here, and more will continue to pour into the city, seeking better economic opportunities. But what about living here though? Although Ho Chi Minh City cannot be compared to the likes of Bangkok nor Singapore, it still has plenty to offer. Want to hang out with some smelly elephant pants wearing hippies that are drunk and delirious? Then head on over to Bu Vinh Street. Do you have a death wish and are looking forward to meeting God anytime soon? Or perhaps you're just bored with life and want some excitement? Then just go for a walk across the street and watch as an endless barrage of cars and motorbikes zip right by you, barely grazing you as they honk their horns and run red lights, not giving a crap about potentially getting mauled down by a car in the opposite direction. Are you looking to relax and escape the afternoon heat? Well then just go inside one of the thousands of air-conditioned cafes here in the city. New shopping malls are also springing up every year, and a new subway line is on course for opening in the near future, which would greatly help alleviate the atrocious traffic congestion here in the city. Everywhere you go, delicious food is readily available for cheap prices. Hotels can be had for cheap as well, usually in the range of $15 to $30 a night. Life in the city is quite hectic and busy, but if you're used to living in big loud cities, then you'll quickly acclimate here. Now air pollution is a big problem here though, and you will often find the locals donning masks to protect their precious lungs from the havoc of smog. But overall, Ho Chi Minh City is a very livable city in Southeast Asia. But what about the cost of living? I made a separate video about this topic previously, so be sure to check that one out as well. I'll leave a link to the video here. And last but not least, let's talk about the women residing here in Ho Chi Minh City. If you like girls that are dynamic, open-minded, sweet and friendly, then you'll love Saigonese girls. Saigonese girls have the right mix of traditional and modern elements all combined into one. Now in addition to girls that were born and raised here, the city attracts talent from all corners of the country. You'll find transplants from the southwestern region, central, and either northern Vietnam all residing here. Some of the most beautiful women that you can find in Vietnam have chosen to make Ho Chi Minh City their home due to the endless opportunities available here. Now let's talk about Hanoi. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam and is situated in northern Vietnam. Unlike the blistering hot heat in the south, the north experiences 4 seasons from spring to winter. In the wintertime, expect temperatures to drop down to close to single digits. If you're from countries that experience cold, harsh winters like Canada or Russia, then winters here in Hanoi will feel like a Tuesday for you. But for the rest of you guys, prepare to freeze your ass off. Central heating is non-existent in a lot of the older buildings, and insulation is poor, so remember to pack appropriately if you intend on staying here in the winter. Like its cousin in the south, the city is jam-packed full of residents, making it the second largest in Vietnam with a predicted estimated population of close to 5 million people by the end of 2021. This means there will be plenty of beauties inhabiting the city. Although not as vibrant as Ho Chi Minh City, the city possesses its own unique appeal with a mixture of Chinese and French influence. A perfect example of this is the French Quarter. Now in terms of cost of living, you can expect similar prices across the board, except for housing, which is a little cheaper in Hanoi. The city has plenty of cafes and restaurants to satisfy your taste buds, and there's even a large selection of Western food options available. Head down to Wan Kim District and marvel at the ever-important central hub in the city. There's a beautiful lake that is frequented by lots of young, cute Vietnamese girls going for a stroll or snapping selfies to post on Instagram and Facebook. Like Bui Vinh Street in Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi also has their own backpacker area on Ma Mai, Da Hien Street, and Bir Hoi Junction. And similar to Ho Chi Minh City, expect traffic to be bad, really bad here. However, Hanoi is in the midst of opening their first ever metro line, and are in the final phases of testing it out before making it public. Future travel should be a lot easier once the metro opens. Now, air pollution here is just as bad as Ho Chi Minh City, if not worse. Nearly every single local you see around will be donning a face mask to prevent pollutants from filling up their nostrils. Now let's talk about the women. Do you like women that are traditional, conservative, and cultured? Well then, you'll love the women here. Girls here tend to be educated, frugal with their spending, and conform more to traditional norms compared to girls that you find in Ho Chi Minh City. Now that's not to say that you also won't find girls that are more modern in their outlook as well, as Hanoi is a big city after all. In addition to girls that were born and raised here in Hanoi, you'll also find plenty of girls from surrounding areas in northern Vietnam flocking to the capital, as well as girls from north-central Vietnam such as Nghệ An and Ha Dinh. Oh, and one last thing. I hope you like bông đào mắm tôm, because you're going to be eating a lot of it if you decide to be dating a northern Vietnamese girl. Bông đào mắm tôm is a fermented shrimp paste that is usually served with rice noodles, tofu, and an assortment of meats and vegetables. And if this is your first time trying it, you might find the shrimp paste to be quite overpowering, but suck it up and be a man. You'll win some brownie points with it by trying it out. Now let's talk about Da Nang City. Da Nang is the largest city in central Vietnam. The city is situated along the coast in central Vietnam, so if you're into spearfishing or just relaxing on the beach, then Da Nang may be your cup of tea. The coastline city boasts a population of over 1 million residents and is close to several other cities nearby such as Hoi An and Hue. If you ever get bored with the city, then just hop on a bus and in a short while you'll be in a brand new spanking city. A 50-minute car ride lands you in Hoi An, the ancient old town in Vietnam that is bursting with life and things to do. In the evening, the whole town is lit up by lanterns hanging out from buildings. You can also get tailor-made shirts and pants for dirt cheap here in Hoi An. The city of Da Nang experiences a much milder climate as it is near the sea. You can expect a lot of rainfall while living here though, but if you hate the heat and you hate the cold, then Da Nang may be the perfect compromise between the two. I remember the first time I arrived in Da Nang from the airport. I was immediately smitten with the mild temperature. Coming from what felt like a hot oven in Ho Chi Minh City, it was a huge relief for me. Another pleasant surprise for me though was the price of everything in the city. Living in Ho Chi Minh City is already dirt cheap to me, but Da Nang takes it to another level. You can get a nice spacious studio by the ocean for around $400 or less. Hell, you can even rent an entire house in a central location for around $500 to $600. Food prices here are just as cheap, and bus rides to neighboring cities could be had for only a few dollars. But what about the quality of life here in Da Nang? The city is quite clean compared to the likes of Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. Due to the much smaller population, expect a much quieter and slower pace of life here. The air is also much better here as well. If it weren't for the pandemic, you probably wouldn't even need to wear a mask here. Crossing the street here also no longer feels like you're gambling with your life. Compared to Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, there is barely any cars on an afternoon here in Da Nang. In addition, Da Nang is famous for its delicious local specialties such as mi wang, thick yellow noodles that are usually served with quail egg, shrimp, pork, rice crackers, and fresh vegetables and herbs in a hearty broth, and bun bao, steamed rice cakes. Furthermore, if you journey outside of the city center, there are several famous attractions such as Ba Na Hills and Marble Mountain, which attracts a ton of tourists from all over Vietnam and around the world. If you enjoy standing in line for long hours while hearing babies cry and people yapping away while taking selfies, then you'll love these attractions. But what about the women, you ask? If I had to describe the girls from central Vietnam, such as those living in Da Nang, in 3 words, they would be kind, hardworking, and family-oriented. Girls in Da Nang tend to be more conservative compared to girls that you see in other big cities, such as Ho Chi Minh City, and possess more of a girl next door type of vibe to them. If you're looking for a nice wholesome girlfriend or wife that will take good care of you and the family, then you really can't go wrong with a girl from central Vietnam, such as the ones from Da Nang City. And in case you have any doubts about the level of attractiveness of the girls here, well, don't. They can be just as pretty as the girls from the north and south. Well, there you have it, guys. 3 of the best cities in Vietnam for meeting Vietnamese girls. It's hard to go wrong with either one of these cities. If you enjoy the bustling city life and the large variety of girls that are concentrated there, Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi will be your best bet. Now if on the other hand though, if you prefer a more relaxed and laid back vibe, Da Nang would be the perfect solution with its beautiful beaches and mild temperature. You will undoubtedly find that in addition to the stunning Vietnamese girls that reside in each one of these cities, the cities themselves also have a lot to offer. I am sure in due time, you too will fall in love with these cities just as I did. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Also, if you would like to learn more about dating Vietnamese girls, then sign up to learn more about my upcoming dating ebook. I'll leave a link in the description below. Anyways, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.